Hello. Hello,
Hello
everyone.
there.
We have with us Angela today from Cartomancy Mesquite. Hello, Angela. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. You just finished a live show with
Mm-hmm.
Kate and Allie, and then here you are again. You're getting around a lot. We have about maybe 10 seconds until the notification pops up. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just quickly, we had Melinda in the chat, but I guess
Hi,
she had to
Linda.
run. Um, we have, there's the
There's
notification.
Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
There's Andrea. Hi, Andrea. Let me pop her up there. There she is. And we have at least one lurker.
All right. God love the lurkers.
He, I lurked for a really long time
So did
before I
I.
finally got into chat. And then once I did, I still didn't
Mm-hmm.
say very much. Mims, hi, Mims.
Hi, Mims. It's been a long time since
Lovely
I've
to
seen
see
Mims.
you. So, Angela, tell us about your channel. You're getting it up and running and working on videos.
Yeah, I've
Um,
got a video that I'm going to do right after this show. I'm going to record a video called "Thank You, Alex Jones," and there's a reason for that. He
yeah.
started this whole mess, the Lionsgate, with all of this political stuff coming out like crazy. So I'm going to say thank you, Alex Jones, because he has given me great relief. I haven't been able to watch the news because I work DOD and DOJ, so them, breaking every rule makes me kind of nuts. But now it's finally starting to break and things will start getting to normal. So we'll have an actual government for a change.
So I'm adding moderators if you want to know why I'm a little distracted there.
Oh, okay.
Mims, I threw you a wrench. Janet P, I'm throwing you one. Mary Ellen, would you like a wrench? Let me see if I can get her there. Okay.
You're going to have to teach me how to do that.
It's all you have to do is have your um, your show running on YouTube at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure the sound is turned off.
Mm-hmm.
And then while you're live, you can go to that stream. And in that stream, there are three little dots next to every name. And if
Oh,
you
okay.
click on that, the last one is add moderator.
All right.
So it's not hard, but it's easier for me to do it during the show. You don't want one? Okay. All right, Mary Ellen, I'll take it off. There we go. So it's not hard, but
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do it either during the show or after the show and you go back in the chat and do it, then you have to find their link and put their link in, and it's a little bit. Hi, Viviani, how are you? Miriam is here, Miriam Bratton. So
Oh, nice.
um, let's see if I can keep up here. Okay, so I think that's everyone. It's nice to see
Hi,
you all.
everybody.
Welcome. Come on in. Um, what direction is your channel taking? Where are you being guided to?
Okay, I got a very clear message from a friend yesterday, or was it the day before when we were talking? Remind me of Christopher Titus.
Oh, it was I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yeah.
Like, do you want to explain to everybody that one?
There was Christopher Titus as a comedian, and a few years ago, hugs, Mims. Thank you for stopping by too. Um, He is a comedian that has been around for a number of years, and a few years back, might have even been as many as 20 years back, he had this bit where he talked about how people who grew up in dysfunctional families know how to not stand in front of the fan. So if you're standing in front of the fan and something hits it, it's going to hit you. So people who have been through hardship know how to stand to the side of the fan so that we don't get hit with whatever hits the fan. And so that's what I told Angela that her channel sounded like. That's what it's going to help people with, is how to stay out from in front of the fan.
Yes, I'm going to give them the skills to keep them from stepping in front of the fan, which is what most people do when it hits it.
Right. So their videos on a type of survival, of how to get through life without.
It's for normal people.
Right.
You know, not your preppers, not your survivalists, not your deep woods hunters or people like that. It's just for normal people how to survive just everyday disasters. You know, and even some natural disasters like blizzards and hurricanes, tornadoes, and how to do it without, you know, feeling like they're traumatized every time.
Yes, because some of these things could be life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is the mindset in whether or not we're going to come through it as a whole person, or if we're going to lose part of ourselves trying to get through this, whatever we're perceiving as a disaster. And it could just feel like a disaster. It might not
Exactly
be a disaster. It might feel like a disaster if we haven't been through it before.
Okay, here's one case in point. In February 2021, we had that freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my power went out. My first reaction was, oh, shit. So I stood up. I got a flashlight, started a fire, then started running water so I could, you know, preserve some water because I knew that was the pipes were going to freeze.
Right.
I knew I wasn't going to have electric, so I lit candles all around and turned on lanterns and started fire in the fireplace, put the oven on 200, and there's a reason you do not turn your oven all the way up during a freeze, because that oven on 500 is going to cook your kitchen and could set it on fire. So you just leave it on 200, and 200 is enough to keep your pipes from freezing without damaging anything else.
You know, when it's really cold, it pulls all of the moisture out of the air. So anything could spark and start a fire.
Mm-hmm. That's why you want to keep that kitchen, you know, you want to keep it warm, but you don't want to, you know, burn things. And you also open your cupboards. Open all of your cupboards so that your pipes, more of the heat gets to the pipes. There's just a whole lot of little things you can do. And so for what was a trauma to a lot of people was to be just an inconvenience.
And yes, and so some people lost everything because
because they didn't know what to do.
And some people didn't have water. The lines weren't repaired for 2 weeks after everything came back on. So we had a week, was it a week or 10 days, however long it was, that we were frozen over.
Yeah, then, I had no water for 7 days, no electric for 6 days.
And there were people that didn't have water for at least 2 weeks. I can't remember how long it went on, but it was a long time to be without water.
Yep.
in a city.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tips like that for whichever thing that we're going through, because right now we're at the opposite end of the spectrum. We're having
Exactly.
extreme heat.
So you need
So,
little tips and tricks on how to keep your house a little bit cooler.
right. And that's even if you still have power, because where we
Mm-hmm.
live, the grid is not up to par. So
It's busy at best.
at any time we could lose power.
And there are little things you can do for that. Keep these soft ice bags, for injuries. Keep
Yes.
those in your freezer.
Hmm.
Oh boy, are they a relief when it's the hottest part of the day.
Or you could even use something like frozen peas if you
Uh huh.
needed to, if you had to.
Yes. There's just a lot of little tips and tricks, like keep a window open. Okay, it's hot outside, it's hot in the house, but if you keep the air flowing, you're still going to feel better because you'll have the oxygen coming in. You need the
Yes.
fresh air. You
Yes.
can't. And dead air in the heat is a killer. It really is hard to breathe. And yes, Mims, we're both here in Texas.
Yeah. We actually only live maybe 5 or 6 miles apart,
Yeah, at the most.
not too far away. So um,
Hmm.
we yes, we are both in. I live in Dallas. Angela's in Mesquite, which is very close. It's a satellite city of Dallas.
Hmm. Yep.
Is that why areas that don't have high humidity, like California, Arizona, have dry heat, prone to fires? I would say that's yes.
Yes. And that's another thing we've been fighting. Out here in Mesquite, we've had grass fires just about every day. They have to go put a fire out
Yes.
somewhere.
So, and they don't get reported a lot because there are some really horrible fires going on in other parts of the country. Um, yes, we do have that to deal with.
Yep. Oh, and did you catch the news yesterday, Deb?
Yes, I
The,
did.
the wild hogs are on the loose again.
Every year they are. Every year they are.
So you got to watch your dogs and your cats, and you got to watch where you're walking because they can kill you,
They
literally.
are. Yes, they can. And, you know, well, my dad used to say things about hogs. So if there are things you want to make disappear, the hogs
Yep.
will take care of it. So, um,
Yes, they do eat anything,
yes, they will.
including the bumper off your car. And if you think I'm kidding,
That's scary too. Have you ever had a problem with them where you
no,
are?
they haven't gotten near my house so far.
And I have lived in apartments for the last 25 years, so I'm not in an area. There are too many people around generally. I mean, they'd have to be starving to come around where I
Well,
am.
they get within 2 blocks of my house. That's not very far at all. And we've had coyotes come in, which is another reason you keep a watch on your cats and your dogs.
Yes, coyotes and the occasional bobcat.
Yep. Thank you, Andrea.
That's very nice of you to say.
Yep. But anyway,
Mims has got a
that's the
crying
things.
baby.
Excuse me.
Mims has a crying baby downstairs. She has to go take
Uh,
care of.
give him a hug.
Nancy Jean is in Texas. Andrea, no, Andrea, Angela knows Nancy Jean. I have only met her once
Well,
online.
love her to death. She is just wonderful, and she lives in Dallas.
Yes, she does, and she lives on the other side of Dallas from where we
Hmm.
are.
Yeah.
Dallas isn't very big. Don't let people tell you it is, but it's got a
Mhm.
lot of people packed in a small place.
Yeah. I
Okay, so now
prefer to
you're
avoid
get,
it. Uh-huh.
you're moving people. You're giving people tips how to get through what may be only a perceived disaster, but a disaster nonetheless, because that
Mhm.
doesn't make it any less of one just because it's Susan Lynn is in Texas. She lives south of us.
Yeah, she's in Houston.
Hmm.
Yeah, but what I want to do mostly is make it not traumatic for people.
Yes.
If I can get, if in 1 year I can get one person, when they announce a natural disaster, the tornado sirens go off and somebody goes, oh shit, I'll be happy having one person be able to do that, you know? But if I can get everybody else to just not have a trauma because of the
Yeah.
siren going off, that would be great. You know, and that's my aim, is to get it to where people don't have to be traumatized by all these things that come back and forth at us that, to me are quite normal, and I've just been through them enough that they don't bother me anymore.
Right. And you don't have to lose your spiritual self just because you're dealing with this 3D stuff that's going on.
Exactly. In fact, your spiritual self is what carries you through it.
Exactly.
I mean, what
Um,
do you think I did for a week with a fireplace and the stove on and candles? I did a
I,
lot of meditation.
I was really lucky during that
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't lose power and I had water, but there were buildings in my apartment complex that their water did freeze and they
Mm-hmm.
lost water. But all of our electricity stayed on. And I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
it did it, but it did. And I'm
Wow.
thankful that it did. It was still cold. It
Mm-hmm.
still didn't
Yeah, the
keep
heat
the
can't
cold out,
keep it back home. No.
but at least we didn't freeze to death in our sleep, you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, Mim says she loves Susan Lynn. I think we all love Susan Lynn.
Oh yeah.
Susan Lynn is my source, my biggest source for political news
Yes.
because I don't watch the news.
I can't. No. That's why I was saying thank you to Alex Jones, just because I have not been able to watch any political news at all because my head explodes every time.
I had to stop. I had to stop. Angela, you are actually empowering us all every day, practical survival. And that is
Mm-hmm.
actually the point of
Mm-hmm.
what the direction her channel is about to take. And I'm really excited about it. Um, and that is kind of just what we all need is each of us that's that has been pushed to open a channel. Our The main thing that we had to find was what is it do I have to offer? And this is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely Angela's wheelhouse. This is what
Yeah.
she knows about, and this is what she can deliver the information in a way that people can take it and not panic and
Mm-hmm.
understand what to do.
Yep. And just be able to, okay, something bad's happened. I don't know what's going on, but something bad's happening around me. What do I need? What should I look for? And
Exactly.
that's the first thing you need to do is get your energy slow enough and low enough. Just slow your panic response down. Get
Yes.
rid of your panic response and then just look around. What do I have? What do I not have?
And that's in any situation. If
Mm-hmm.
you breathe and stop and assess your situation.
Exactly. That's the first thing you've got to do is assess your situation.
That's
And you can't
um,
do it in a panic mode. You have to be able to shift down to where you can think.
exactly. So,
Mm-hmm.
what else do you have coming up?
Well, I'm just going to do different shows on different topics that come across my feed, so to speak. Just across in front of my face. What happens? That's what I'll read on. And if any
Um,
questions, people leave questions in the comments, I'll take them, I'll answer them.
that's kind of the tack I've been taking too. Is I just,
Mhm.
whatever's going on in the world, I try to look for something that happened in my own past that I can
Mhm.
highlight to bring out a lesson about that. And
Mhm.
so you, if someone is having a problem, they can leave a message in your comment section, and you
Yes.
will either address them right then, or else you'll make a video about it,
Yes.
or both.
And Andrea is making a important statement about Alex Jones. That's not the part I'm covering about him. I'm sorry, I don't go there. What
I
I'm
don't.
thanking Alex Jones for is getting the ball rolling. I mean,
Yes.
his stupid mistake has helped the political system get back to normal. He actually kind of took the panic attack out of the political situation right now.
Right, because he or his lawyers inadvertently
Mm-hmm.
have given up really important evidence. So victims
And
will be,
made me laugh. More important than anything, it made me laugh.
and I
I'm
think
sorry.
that's one of the most important things we can do right now is make each other laugh,
Yep.
because that keeps our vibrations up.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea says victims will be empowered and healed on so many levels
Oh yeah.
about your channel. So I think it's going to be a really important addition to the community. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that we all need to know.
It is, and what surprised me when we had February go by in 2021 was how few people knew what to do. Because I saw TikTok videos of people running around screaming with water spraying all over them, and they had no clue.
I saw those too. And I also saw Bo of the Fifth Column try to
Mm-hmm.
address it. And he's over in Florida. He's not even here
Mm-mm.
in Texas, but still trying to address it because there was so much panic. Because in Texas, we don't know how to deal with that.
No, it
We
never
can,
happens here.
we know how to deal with the extreme heat, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to deal with extreme cold.
See, that's my advantage, though, too. I've lived
It's,
on all three coasts. I've lived in the mountains, the desert, the city, wetlands. I've lived all over this country. So I've been
yes.
exposed to all of it. I can bring all of it into one place.
Absolutely. And it's reliable information because you've
Mhm.
experienced it. It's
Yeah,
not, you didn't find it on TikTok someplace
no,
and you're just regurgitating information. You know it works because you've used it.
yes. And I've learned it from my great grandparents, my grandparents, aunts, uncles. It's all personal experience, is what I'm
Right.
going off of. I'm not looking at survivalists. I'm not looking at preppers. I'm just going to be telling you what I did learned and how I did things to survive. And I've been through a lot of it. I've been through pretty much everything but a tsunami and an explosive volcanic eruption. I
Lynn
did.
says she can't do the desert not willingly. I wouldn't willingly do it either. I don't
Me
willingly
neither.
do Texas. I don't know. I know how I ended up here, but I'm not happy about it.
Me neither.
I'm, I'm not happy with the heat. So of course I live in Texas. So
But I gotta tell you though, I did look at the survivalist channels and I did look at the prepper channels, and I even ordered some of that food that they sell. And
yeah,
let me tell you, I'll be happier to do what I normally do: grow what I can, forage what I can, and hunt what I can. Because that canned stuff that those people are planning on living on for 25 years, if everything goes to hell in a handbasket, well, they aren't going to be happy. That's all.
no. Andrea says on a spiritual level, the ascension and the Lion's Gate is working to open the gates to healing. That's true. It's been a little bumpy the last week or so, at least it has been for me. But
Yeah.
it is. I know the guides keep telling us it's already here,
Mm-hmm.
and from their perspective, it is. But from
Mm-hmm.
our perspective, it's still a little bumpy. Colorful Foresight says that they're on the East Coast, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a more moderate climate, although it's been very hot over there
Yeah, it's
recently.
been abnormally hot there.
Abnormally hot.
And then you've got hurricane season, and some.
Hmm.
Well, my one of my first hurricanes was Agnes that came right up into the Chesapeake Bay. And
I
I was one
remember
of
that.
those little kids with the suitcase on their head walking through the water.
Well, that wasn't very much fun.
No, but the thing is, my grandfather was prepared. We saw the hurricane was coming. We didn't know how far it was going to come in, how high the water was going to get. So he took the car, he drove it up the hill, parked it on top of the hill, and then we waited and we watched all night. And then the water got up to the door, and that's when my grandfather said, "Okay, everybody, time to go." And we had already packed, and were already ready. And we just put our stuff on top of our heads and walked up the hill to the car. And it
And
was
got
that simple.
away
Yeah, we
alive.
got away
Yeah,
from it. Yeah.
yeah. So, Colorful Foresight also said Sandy was rough, and it was. Sandy
Oh yeah.
did some major damage. Um,
Yeah, I've been through a lot of damaging hurricanes.
Mim says a great way to learn about how to be prepared for real is to get connected to your local community emergency response team program. And we have those here in Texas too because
Mm-hmm.
we get the odd natural disaster come along every once in a while and flatten a town.
Yep.
So I think that we don't get a lot of publicity about things like that in Texas
Mm-mm. No.
because it happens on the regular, and the kind of state government we have
There
is,
is really no
yeah,
assistance from the government here at
no,
all.
no, in anything or any area,
Mm-mm.
really. So, uh, so I just think people just don't know that it happens
Mm-hmm.
unless it's such a huge disaster that it takes out, half the coast, or, like a hurricane
Yeah.
that goes through Texas and then on into Louisiana and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing, then people will hear about it. But for the most part, things happen here and nobody knows.
No. Uh-uh. No, it's just like the on 4th of July here, we had 55 grass fires
Right.
in Mesquite. That didn't hit the news.
No, it didn't. And it's because they don't enforce the laws.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Andrea says that the no name hurricane caused most of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
And right, because you're not as prepared. They don't advertise them the way they do
Mm-mm.
the big ones, the big with the name, because they have to have um, a certain airspeed to get a name.
But the ones with no name, people don't prepare for at all.
Exactly. And like she says, they happen the following day. So
Mm-hmm.
the following day, when you're trying to recover from what just happened and you're out there in the debris, you're really
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable because there is no shelter.
Yeah. And that's another thing you need to learn is when to bug out. When
Right,
is the time to leave.
right, exactly. Who knew talking about the weather could be interesting? It can be, anything can be interesting
Mm-hmm.
if it's presented in the right way. So,
Yes.
Gina.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to open it up and let people ask questions and
Sure.
see if anyone would like to ask a question or wants a card or wants to continue to talk about the weather, we can do that. Uh, Although your channel is going to talk about more than weather kind of
Hmm.
disasters, it's going to be all kinds of disasters.
Yes.
Entire forest. That's a lot.
Yeah, I
That's
know that smell.
okay. Anything can be a great conversation. I think that that's true.
Hmm.
It all you need is someone who knows something about the subject, and people who are willing to listen and ask questions.
Hmm.
And anything can be a great conversation. I didn't know about the airspeed to earn a name. That's it has to be a hurricane, it has to reach, I want to say 74 or 76 miles per hour to get a
Yeah,
name.
I think 75 is the actual limit that they have on it before it's a hurricane.
So and then it gets a name, but then it could be, then if it's 75 miles per hour, it could be 74 miles an hour and still have the same impact, but not
Oh,
have a
yeah.
name.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, Mims. I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it was nice to see you, Mims.
Have a good visit with your company.
Okay, Andrea would like cards on the air pollution.
Okay, and Colorful Intuition has a question.
I'm going to go with the empath empowerment deck on the air pollution.
Which one are you doing? The Andreas?
Yes.
Okay. I got your question, Colorful Foresight. Well, oh, you're welcome. You're not late, Wendy. Do you want a card? Let's see. There it is.
How to deal with the air pollution.
Okay. You just got home from work. Wendy just got home from work.
Okay, these really seem to address it. It's identify your emotional triggers is the first card I got. We absorb the emotions of others that remain unhealed in ourselves. Notice your triggers such as anger and fear and gently begin to heal them. So I think it's more or less telling you to try to relax as much as you can. The next is to be a comfort to yourself. Comfort is an inside job. Speak to yourself in a loving, positive way. Do something that nourishes you. Know in this moment all is well. And the next is take baby steps. So you have to go slowly like the patient turtle. Do not try to rush or force anything. Baby steps are golden. They will lead you to your fondest goals. So I think that's pretty much kind of telling you to take it easy for the most part on how to deal with the air pollution from the fires. Take it easy on yourself. Take serious care of yourself. Self care has got to be the biggest thing in dealing with that air pollution.
Well, the first card I got was Joy Harjo. She stands for bravery
Hmm.
and making decisions. Then after that, I got the moon, which is surrender, mystery, and learning change. So I think that a change does have to be made. And it's the generation we have now is the one that's going to really, the generation coming up is the one that's going to really make the change. And the last card I got was Emily Dickinson, who stands for the soul. So to rely on our spiritual path to help us to, as Angela said, to have the strength to get to not be so frightened that we can't function. Don't let the fear don't let the fear take your joy, because the change is coming. We just have to believe that it's going to happen. But in the meantime, be practical and don't allow yourself to be in danger.
Okay, and I've got 3 tips for you also. 1, change your air conditioner filter. 2, if you have a roll of painter's tape, and I love painter's tape because it doesn't take the tape off of your woodwork. Tape up the cracks in your windows between the window panes. Tape that up so less gets in your house. That will help cut down on how much you have to deal with when you're in your house and make you more comfortable.
Exactly. Okay. Next,
Yes, mask up when going outside. Absolutely.
Absolutely. You never know what kind of what kind of bug you're going, and it can protect you from the pollution too.
Yes.
So, colorful foresight next. Get back to my. I did a private video where I share my vulnerability to my friend. Was that helpful, healing, or shaky kindredship? I'm going to use my pendulum.
It's not a good idea.
Yes, absolutely. For entertainment purposes only.
I'm getting a yes also.
I got a yes. And that it was it definitely helped in the healing.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when you express yourself, sometimes just saying it to yourself helps. You don't even necessarily have to share it for, just expressing your feelings to bring things back to a normal situation, to steady things up a bit.
Yes. So I also drew some cards. I got the Chariot, so that it definitely was a forward movement. I had the Page of Pentacles, so that it was the four. I think that stands for your friend, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. The talking about it is what helped. For your friend, just knowing that there was a listening ear was helpful, and that having you express concern was almost as healing as the actual healing. That just knowing that they weren't alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say it wasn't just shaky kindredship, even though that might actually be helpful sometimes, that you did actually help with some healing there.
And I pulled a few cards. I've got attune to the divine, attend to the details, and open up to change. In other words, tune into the divine and get a definition of what's going on here. Try to figure out what needs to change, if anything needs to change in a relationship, or if you just need to talk more, and that would, in and of itself, would be a change.
That and Yeah, just the fact that you were there
Mm-hmm.
was part of the healing. So, yeah, I wouldn't ever discount something I do like that for a friend. Um, always believe that it's going to be positive. If they give you feedback that that's not right, then that's when you know that it didn't work or that it wasn't wanted or needed.
Or maybe you need more dialogue.
Could be that too. More dialogue or they weren't ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So sometimes it's good to just take a step back and let the words that were said settle in.
yes. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
And next we have Wendy. Um, Wendy, you just want a card? Let's see. See. This is the third year for pretty much nonstop smoke coming up the coast. Yes, and we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of smoke here in Texas too because we have fires everywhere
Mm-hmm.
with the drought. Okay, Wendy. Oh, Wendy. Things you don't want to hear readers say. Okay, Sherry, you're on the list. If I missed anyone, let me know. I'll tell you who I've got. I've got, after Wendy, I have Diana, oil painter, Michelle, shining light, and Sherry. If I missed anyone, let me know. Okay. If you're ready, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Uh, Wendy, I got lit. I was pulling from my spirit animal oracle. I got lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. So just use your dreams. Dream and make your world come into being. Just dream what you want to have. If you can set your dream intention before you go to sleep, dream, okay, well, am I if I want to move, where do I want to go? Where am I going to go? And in your dreams you'll get answers. And then I have brown bear spirit. It says take time out. Apparently you're pushing yourself a little too hard. So take time out, slow down, and consider things before you take action.
Sound advice. First, I got the great teacher, and he's telling you to learn from spiritual experiences. So if you have a spiritual experience, don't discount it as just nothing. There's always a lesson, always a lesson. The broken arrow tells us to embrace the energy of peace. But the interesting card, this is the interesting card. Direction guardian, choose your path. Wendy, you may be at a crossroads and you may have to decide which way to go. Listen to the great teacher. Embrace the peaceful path. And I think that the choice will become evident to you. The direction guardian card, though, that is based on, I believe it's the cherub in Ezekiel, the four-headed angel, the angel that has the face of a man on one side, the face of a bull on the other side. In the back is the face of the eagle, and on the other side is the face of the lion. So in every direction, there is guidance. No matter which direction you go, there is guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So but you have to choose a path. That's what I got. Thank you for letting us read for you, Wendy. You're very welcome.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Next, we have oil painter Diana. A card for her yard project.
I got the whale spirit.
Ooh.
Trust the great mystery. Let it come to you as you go. As you work, it'll slowly come to you.
And she has been working on it.
Mm-hmm.
She's
That's
working on it.
koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. You know that, Diana. The spirit has a plan for your garden.
Yes.
Just need to listen.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy Riker is here.
Hi, Nancy.
I've got the Carnivorous Flower Fairy. Tempting offer has a high price. So we know that the price that you're paying is all of this work you're putting in to uprooting the plants, nurturing them enough so that they survive the transplantation and then the transplanting itself. So it is a high price. It's a lot of work. Then I got Strange Valentine. Love is strange. So I know you love this project. And finally, I got the Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift. All of this work you're putting in to your project in your yard is causing a powerful, positive energy shift.
There you go.
So, Diana, you just keep on going along with it. It's going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very worth it, and you're going to have to let us know when the
Absolutely. We want pictures, video.
Okay, next is Michelle's Shining Light Tarot, and she is, that's Melinda's sister. Could I have a love reading for the rest of the year?
Okay, where do I go with that?
Well, I'm tempted to. I'm going to go with angels and ancestors.
I think we know which way to go. Love reading for the rest of the year.
I'm glad that resonated with you, oil painter. You know what? Give us both. Give us before and after.
Yep. Okay, I got a bit of a strange reading here.
I do too. I'm going to pull something for clarifier.
You want to go first, or
Yeah, let me just get a clarifier here. Oh, okay. Michelle, I'll tell you what. First card I got is the High Priest, which is intend and create. And then the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. The Shaman, trust the higher forces. So I think that those cards are telling you maybe you have everything you need in yourself and don't necessarily need to look for another person, because having someone else in your life right now could be a burden. You're the magician. You don't need somebody else. So that's what I got. I think that you could make something happen, but I don't think you need to. I think you have what you need. You are the magician. So that's what I got.
my reading follows yours perfectly. First, I got chaos. So I kind of agree with Deb that you need to not pursue it, so to speak. But then you have money coming in.
Hi, Nancy.
Your world's going to be upside down for a little while, but then you get calm and truth. And it's definitely going to be transmitted to you. You will hear the news that you're waiting to hear. It's going to come to you. The truth will come to you when things are all calmed down, but for right now, things are going to be kind of up in the air.
Yes. And really, you might think that you want somebody in your life, but it might not necessarily be the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy has to leave.
Okay.
So, yeah, take care of that grandbaby.
Absolutely.
So, but Michelle, what do you think? How does that resonate? Yes. Whoops. There she is. She's been trying to work things out with someone and coming to the end of wanting to try. It might be a good time to let it go and follow your instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And you are the magician. You don't need another person. And if you're having trouble making that work out, then it might be time just to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald. Okay, who do we have next?
We're pulling cards if you'd like a card. Sherry H. would like a card. And
Okay.
she mentioned that, of course, she got her first deck from you.
Yes, she did. You're welcome, Sherry.
Just that I have things popping up blocking my chat. There we go. Oh, just a second. Money card came up. This person helps me pay bills, and I don't make enough on my own. That is something that you have to trust your instinct on.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really time to let go, then something will happen to work that situation out.
Yes.
There will be an answer. And maybe that's what you start asking for. What is the answer to that situation? Okay, Gerald, I put you on the list. It's a very short list. Sherry's in front of you. So, Sherry's going to be on my show Saturday.
Oh, very good.
Um, I'm having Richie from Longman Tarot is going to be on my show on Thursday. So that'll be fun. I've been looking forward to meeting Richie. And then Sherry on Saturday. Oh, cool. Gotcha, Miriam.
Okay, Sherry, I got armadillo spirit for you. Set healthy boundaries. Somebody may be poking at your boundaries right now. You might want to give it a thought and set them appropriately. And then I got dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. I would say that's probably, you need to see the truth of that boundary setting that you need to do it. And then wombat spirit, be at home. In other words, be at home with yourself and at home in your home. Make it comfortable for you and don't let anybody spoil it for you. Take care of yourself.
Well, first I got Creature's Paw. And that's the other. It can mean the other, or it can mean friendship and forgiveness. So I think that with my next card that I got was Angela Carter, which is identity, investigating identity, roles, finding out who you are. So maybe that goes along with the creature paw, that in discovering who you are and investigating that, there might be some things you have to let go of. What you are going to have to do is just trust the divine. My last card was Peacock. And trust yourself and trust the divine. And you will come to where you fit in. I think maybe you're looking a little bit about where do I fit in, and you will find it. We all go through that. I'm still trying to find out where do I fit in. Angela's just found out
Mm-hmm.
what she needs to do to see where she fits in. So
Yep.
all of us have that struggle.
Yep.
So
I
I
like
would
I
go
like
ahead.
Andrea Galvin's comment here.
That's what I was just looking at. For me, I have a talk with my guides. My finances are troubling me. If you want me to do what appears to be my immediate work spiritually, please reveal and shift the energy around many tools. And I think that that's a good approach for all of us. And it's
For a lot of
definitely
things.
something, yes, that Michelle, you can use in
Mm-hmm.
approaching that situation that you're dealing with. Um, I think that that's a good approach too, even without, if it's not finances. I think that applies to Sherry too, because if you take out my finances and put in whatever it is, my path, where do I fit in? How do I want my channel to go? Whatever the question is that you're asking yourself, if you want me to do this, how do I need to approach it? What tools do I have to make this happen? How can, what signs do I need to look at from the
Mm-hmm.
universe? Negotiations are going on even as we speak.
Yep.
Did that resonate at all, Sherry? Was that helpful? Okay, Sherry. Gerald's next. Do you have anything in mind? You just want something general? Okay. This is not Syrian. I'm just going to do this. A general, okay. That's where I was going. Well, I hope that helped, Sherry. I don't. It's something we all go through, and I know you're juggling. You're trying to juggle work and channel and spirituality. So hang in there.
This first card is definitely Gerald's card. It's speak your world into being. Gerald, I don't think you have a single bit of trouble doing that one. I think you can speak your world into being very easily. And then I got release control. Now that's where I see you having a little bit of trouble. You need to release control a little bit and speak your world into being.
These are definitely your cards. Okay. I got Marie Masquerade, and she stands for glamour, intrigue, and drama. You don't have any of that. Then I got Voodoo in Blue, back off. And finally, the last card I got was the Lady with the Bosch Exit, which is Ancient Wisdom. You know what you're doing. You don't. You know where you're going. You know when to listen to the wisdom. If somebody's infringing on control, infringing on your boundaries, you know when to tell them to back off. So, but also that kind of goes with the giving up the control. And I think you do use a little glamour magic once in a while, or maybe more than once in a while, maybe all the time.
And Gerald, in that give up control, I think means relax a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah. But you know exactly what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And you listen to the wisdom. You listen to the wisdom.
Gotta love Gerald.
Giving up control is hard for Sherry too. Relax. Yeah. Yeah, you're one of the busiest people in tarot too.
So chill a minute.
He says I try and listen to the wisdom. You do listen to the wisdom. You're one of the most inclusive, understanding content creators on any level that I've seen. And I watch a lot of different kinds of content. So you listen to the wisdom and you apply whatever you hear. Yep. And so that card wouldn't have come up if you didn't. Thank you for letting us read for you. You're welcome. I could be busier if I'd actually email Sherry. Miriam Bratton asked, I just started a tarot feng shui crystal grid business in my red town of 40,000. I would love a card or two about its growth. Okay. Oh, the fairy deck is. Let me just find it here. It's Shadows, Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish, and the artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's an interesting little deck, and it has maybe a little more wisdom than you'd think it would. But it does have a sense of humor. You're right, or at least it does for me. Okay, Miriam.
Okay, I'm gonna have to switch decks. This one doesn't even know what subject we're on.
Say again.
My deck didn't know which subject we were on.
Mine does that sometimes too.
You're right, Andrea.
I think that's excellent advice, Andrea. I'm going to go ahead and put that up quickly. I think of relationship with guides like driver's education training. Sometimes I take the wheel, but higher powers are still able to hit the brakes, use the steering wheel, and verbally yell, stop. Absolutely. Okay, Miriam. You can, whenever you're ready, I'm still shuffling.
Okay. I went to the Empath Empowerment deck, and I got Meditate on the Spaciousness of Air. When you are stuck, picture yourself in an open, airy space with room to move and breathe. Let yourself feel free and empowered. In other words, don't let your business take over your entire life. Energize yourself with earthing is the next card. Walk barefoot or stretch out on the grass, put your hands in the soil or hold a stone. Let the earth restore your strength and ground you. That's what you need to start a business. And then I got breathe. Breath is sacred. To replenish yourself, slowly inhale wellness and clarity to a count of 6, then exhale stress to a count of 6. I think it's telling you to relax and just let your business grow. It'll grow on its own. I live in an extremely red town. We have a new similar business. What is it called, Deb? I don't remember the name of it. It's ML something.
MLD Holistics.
Yes, we just got one in our town.
And
it's doing pretty good.
I love that little store.
Yep, so do I.
Miriam, I think that you might face a little bit of opposition at first. First, I got Jamaica Kincaid, and she stands for history, the past. So there may be people who, and I know that looks like an ominous card, the noose, but it says self-sabotage. So don't sabotage yourself. Go with the what is hidden. That's the eel. What's hidden, what lurks. Electricity. So I think that your business will be successful. I pulled clarifier. I got the elder to move beyond ancestral patterns. That goes with history. And then the earth guardian to stay rooted and grounded. So I think that you will be successful. Don't get in your own way. And don't let the history of the place deter you, because And don't do it to yourself. Use the electricity, use what can't be seen, use that spiritual part of yourself to grow your business. I think that you will find that there are more people in your area that are interested in what you have to offer than you realize.
Mhm. That's what happened here. Could you imagine a holistic store here?
And see, and I'm in Dallas, which is mostly blue, but is still has a lot of red in it.
Yeah, you're toward
And
the red end of town.
but in Dallas, the metaphysical shops, some of them are underground, some of them are actually hidden. You can't find them
Hmm.
unless you know how to find them because of the sentiment here. But it's getting better. It's getting better. And maybe don't name your store something that's really out there in a metaphysical sense. Like the one that Angela was talking about, MLD Holistics doesn't sound like a metaphysical store, but it is.
Hmm.
So the people that you are going to reach will know that what you are. So just take some time naming your store, and don't worry about the history of the place, and just do it because people out there want what you have.
Yes, they do. I've waited years for this store to come to Mesquite.
So yeah, and just name it something that the people who are looking for you will know what it is, but people who don't know won't know. And it's not really covert because the people who are looking for you will be able to find you.
Yeah.
So that was our last question. If nobody else would like a card, then I think underground grassroots. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, a grassroots effort. Just because we're not waving banners doesn't mean we're not there.
Yep.
And if you live in a place like we live, sometimes you can't be all the way out. You just can't. But you can give clues to people who are looking.
Hmm.
So, well, that was the last question I had. Um, Andrea, tell us again what's going on with your channel.
Oh, well, it's going to be the first show is going to be thank you, Alex Jones, because he has made me laugh and made me relax about politics so I don't have to stay so rigid and away from it. And we're going to be doing a lot of how to take care of yourself when the shit hits the fan.
Let's see what Karen asked. Can we do something for her? What do you need, Karen? Did you have a question? That is a great name for the shop, the underground
Mm-hmm.
or grassroots. Either way, people will be able to find you.
Yeah.
What you got, Karen? So you've got your first video is going to be up and running later today or tomorrow,
Yeah.
maybe. And
I would say count on it tomorrow. I'm going to be recording tonight. I'll do as many shows as I can and then let them out as I get them done. But I've finally gotten the software and figured out so where I can do it.
Karen is upset with someone who cut down a tree, and it's overwhelming her. Okay.
Okay, number one, if you have any access to that piece of property, wherever that tree was cut down, I would go do an offering of tobacco into the place where the tree was taken away from.
These people hurt anything alive. That's what you said.
Tobacco is just a traditional offering that I give when a plant dies or an animal dies. And what I do at my house, when I notice a tree disappears, like in the neighborhood, I plant one in my yard. I plant another tree. I've got 9 trees right now. Don't know how many more I can fit, but I'll plant one every time I get a chance. Okay, what I pulled was you can handle this from the Empath's Empowerment deck.
Yes.
There is a wise saying, you are never given more than you can handle. Tune into your heart to reconnect with your strength. And I would say take that even a little bit further and see what you can do to make it up to the earth and maybe fortify yourself in that act. Like plant another tree or plant anything. Help an animal that you see.
I got the sage to be devoted and committed.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fox, the spirit fox, trust your talents. But finally, I got the hunter, which is to track down your fears and desires. So I think that the message is more in this imagery than it is in the words. That if you are connected to the nature and what Angela said, to make an offering and maybe plant another tree or something in that vein, and that it won't heal the tree that was cut down, but it will go a long way to helping your relationship with nature and nature spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Just be wise about it. If these people are dangerous, don't don't confront them.
No.
But do what you need to heal the earth. And you can't heal that tree, but you can show the nature spirits that you are in alignment with them.
Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of things along that line, like planting something else, planting another tree, or plant something else that's helpful in the area, something that's needed in the area. Or I've even taken dog food to the pound, to the animal shelter. There's
Yeah.
plenty of things you can do to help in nature.
Yes.
You just have to use your imagination. What can you do for animals or plants? And that's where you start.
That's it. And Diana has said to change the energy of the problem, and the problem says it
Yeah.
solves itself. Andrea says trees communicate globally through their roots. Ask the tree collective to assist you and the tree. So there are lots of things you can do, but don't be confrontational with the people, because the people, if they hurt things and that's what they do, then they would not think twice about hurting you in some way. So don't do that. Don't do anything dangerous, but just work on the relationship with nature.
Andrea just said what I was about to say. Hug a living tree.
Yes, hug a
Said
living tree.
Send your own roots down to mingle with the collective tree.
Yes. Yes. And I even when I'm because there are some trees on the property I live on, um, I even when I'm with the trees, I stand on the roots. The
Hmm.
roots are exposed enough that I can stand on the roots. So I stand on the roots after I ask permission, and put my hand on the tree. So there are ways you can connect.
And they give you strength. They absolutely do.
They do. They do. So um, she says she does witch's black salt. Do you make your own black salt? That's just a curiosity question. That's not a. You don't have to
I
tell
don't
me.
even know what black salt is. So.
Um, it's salt.
Yeah, I know it's salt, but where do you get it? How's it made? I have no clue.
Whoops. Okay. So Angela's got her channel is up and running, or it will be shortly. It's up and running now, but
I
she
just got to
doesn't.
get some
She's
content recorded.
she's getting some content put up starting today, probably or
Hmm.
tomorrow.
Yeah, today.
Um, I have Richie on Thursday, Sherry on Saturday, and I haven't planned anything beyond that. I don't think so. Um, I should be uploading something later this week. Um,
Yeah, I'm on with. Oh no, Kelly's got a show at 9 p.m. I'm going to be on her birthday show on Friday at
on
7.
Friday.
Yes.
And yeah, and she's got 2 shows coming up for her birthday.
Hmm.
So that'll be cool.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to be on Gerald's channel on the 23rd, and then I have jury duty on the 24th. So I haven't planned anything, nothing past that because I don't know yet
Yeah.
if I'm going to be out of pocket for a few days. So hopefully not. Hopefully they don't want me and they'll send me home. And
Okay.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, okay. Well, I appreciate you so much for being here. I appreciate
I
everybody
loved it.
in
We had
chat.
fun.
I enjoyed it, and you're welcome back anytime you want to come. Um,
Alrighty. I'll
and
take you up on that.
we'll see you on your channel very soon.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
beautiful beings. Until next time.